Good afternoon, team. Welcome to the FL Stanton Go Team meeting for today. We will follow the agenda that has been emailed. We will follow the agenda that has been emailed to you and it's been posted publicly. Ms. Batiste is going to display it so we can see it here live as the participants on Zoom can see it. I am pleased to call this meeting of the FL Stanton Go Team to order. I will act in the capacity of the interim Go Team chair for this meeting. However, we will elect officers during this meeting. The first order of business is for us to call the roll. Ms. Powell will serve as our interim. Stephanie Powell will serve as our interim secretary. She did fulfill this role last season. And our official secretary for the year will be elected during this meeting. Ms. Powell, will you now take the role or would you like for me to do that? I can't hear you, Ms. Powell, you're muted.
Okay, I only have a few names and those are the ones that are showing right now. I have me, of course. I have Torres.
Present.
Principal Torres.
Present.
The Go Team Coordinator, Diane Jacoby.
I'm not part of the role, but thank you.
Mrs. Coleman.
Present.
Okay, Mrs. Coleman.
Present.
We have Mrs. Herbert.
Present.
She's present.
And joining us, but will not be responding to anything is Miss Rivers, Tucker Rivers.
Correct. We do have here in the media center, we have Miss Lumumba serving in parent capacity as well.
Okay.
This team will only be able to make official action if a quorum is present. So, Madam Secretary, do we have a quorum?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Torres,
yes,
it's really difficult to hear you. So
okay, let me have her up just a little bit. How about this, Diane? Is that a little bit louder?
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as posted?
Motion to.
Go ahead, Ms.
I motion to. I make a motion to go to approve it.
Are there any amendments
Is there a
to
second?
the agenda? We have a second here in the media center. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand so that the secretary can record your vote. Ms. Powell, we have 3 here in the media center present, all voted aye.
Okay.
Any opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Hearing none, are there any abstentions? Hearing none, we will now move to fill vacant seats in the open community member seat. Before we begin this process, I'd like to remind the Go team of the following. The principal brings forth nominations for vacant and open community seats. All Go team members may have only 1 vote per seat. Individuals filling vacant seats will serve until the conclusion of that seat's term. Individuals filling an open seat will serve the full 2-year term. Upon approval, individuals are immediately full Go Team members and may join the meeting. We will begin by filling our vacant seats. And Diane, we have, if I'm correct, one community seat and one staff seat. Is that correct?
So you have a vacant staff seat. So whoever is nominated for that seat will serve out the rest of the term, which goes until June of 2025. And then you have an open community seat which is a full 2-year term and will serve until 2026, June of 2026.
Thank you. My nomination, the principal's nomination for the staff seat is Miss Jessica Tucker. Miss Tucker, do you accept this nomination?
I accept.
Thank you so much.
We can't hear you, Ms. Torres.
How about now, Diane?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I pushed the off button. We do have a person that I nominated for the community seat. However, she has not made it to the school yet. Should I read her name in for the minutes?
So we need to take a vote on Ms. Tucker first.
Okay.
So the rest of the until Ms. Tucker is voted on and approved by the rest of the team, she's not officially part of the team. So
Got it. Got it.
thank you.
May I have a motion to approve Ms. Tucker as a staff member for the FL Stanton Go Team? It's been moved and properly second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. So welcome aboard, Ms. Tucker. Thank you so much for your additional service to the
First,
FL Stanton Go Team.
can I have the first and second? Can I have the first? Can I have the first person to? I need
It was
a name
Tiffany
to put
Coleman.
on the.
She made the motion. Tiffany Coleman made the motion.
Okay. And the second?
And Miss Lumumba made the second.
Okay. Okay.
Malika, Malayka. Last name Lumumba. Malika Lumumba.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Diane, are we able to read in the second person, or do we have to table that to the next meeting?
If you have spoken with her and gotten her agreement that she is willing to serve in that community seat, you are welcome to read her in and vote on her because you would still be able to maintain quorum.
Okay, perfect. At this time, I would like to present Ms. Sharon Pitchford for as our nominee for the community seat. She lives in the community, has small children who she wishes to eventually attend FL Stanton. She is a member of the mostly part MPU, so wants to partner with the school. So may I entertain a motion to accept Ms. Pitchford as the community member for the FL Stanton Go Team? It's been moved and properly second. We have Miss Ashley Herbert with making the motion. And then Miss Tiffany Coleman second.
Okay. Okay.
All in favor of having Miss Sharon Pitchford to join us as a community Go Team member, say aye. We have 3 here in the media center. I hear 1 on Zoom. Miss Tucker, are you still there? think we may have lost.
She
Okay, she
still
voted
here.
yes.
She just
Okay. Motion carries. All right. We don't have students. Now we'll need to review and approve the minutes from our last meeting. And we are going to post these for your reading and review. If you'll give us just a moment, you'll be able to see them on Zoom as well as here in the Media Center. Just bear with us, please. Technology sometimes it's not our best friend. Is that it? All right, team, if you would just review these minutes, I'll have Miss Batiste scroll slowly for your review, and then we will entertain any corrections that need to be added for the record. Do we have any corrections for the minutes from the previous meeting? If there are no further directions, may I entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
we're not seeing the minutes from April.
Just one moment, Miss Powell. Let's see. There. Can you not see our shared
Okay.
screen?
We were seeing it just a few minutes ago, and now it's gone away.
Oh, okay. Oh, can you see it now?
No.
Give us one moment. She's going to reshare.
Okay.
Okay. he'll put it back the way he had it. Miss Powell, are you able to see it now?
Yes,
Okay, very good, very
yes.
good. How far did you get down before you could not see it?
Well, I can't see it again now.
Miss Tucker, are you able to see
It's not.
are you able to see the minutes, Miss Tucker?
She said she just see the email.
Okay, she's seeing email. Hold one moment. Thank you so much for your patience. Minutes. Okay, what do you see on your screen now, Miss Powell?
If you were trying
Nothing.
to sign in, press the pound
Yeah.
key.
Okay,
to finish signing in.
I can see the March Go Team minutes up on the screen. It's a
And we
Word
can see
document.
them here. So Miss Powell, it may be a function on your screen. Do you have your screen maximized? Did we lose Miss Powell? Okay. Okay. Miss Powell?
If they can see it, that's fine. I have a full screen, but it's just black right now.
Okay, so we might have a technical. When you come tomorrow, would you bring your device to Miss Batiste so we can?
I see it now.
You see it now? Okay. So it might be your you may have
I'm
to go
seeing
off
it now.
camera because your Wi-Fi might be spotty. Sometimes when you're on
Okay.
camera, that takes up bandwidth.
Okay.
So you might have to, and that may help your reception.
Okay.
Okay, team. I believe we had made it to the end of our review. And we had a motion to approve. Do I have a second to approve? It's been moved and properly second. All in favor of approving the minutes from our previous meeting, say aye. All opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. Ms. Powell, we have 3 ayes here in the media center. Ms. Tucker, we need to hear from you.
Okay.
And Ms. Powell, we need to hear from you. We have an aye from Ms. Tucker.
Okay. Aye.
Thank you. So the motion carries. Since
And
we
who's
have
the
now,
first?
go ahead, Ms. Powell.
Who's the first?
Tiffany
Who first
Coleman made the motion,
approved it?
and
Okay.
Ms. Lumumba was the second.
Okay.
Now we will move to
All
elect
right.
and go team officers. But before we begin the nominations, I'd like to remind the go team of the following. Nominations do not have to be second. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person for any position. A member may decline a nomination during the nomination process. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms, i.e. 2 years in the same officer position at the same school. Nominations do not have to leave the room during the nomination period or write a vote as it's taken. If there is more than one nominee per elected office, each nominee will be offered an opportunity to share why they should be elected for the seat. The newly elected officers will assume their position starting at the conclusion of this meeting and will serve until June 30th of 2025. All voting members have only one vote per seat. First, we will elect the Go Team Chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the Go Team Chair include, but are not limited to, leading the Go Team meetings, working with the principal and the Go Team to develop the meeting agendas, ensuring that every Go Team member has an opportunity to be heard, and monitoring team compliance. I am now opening the floor to receive chair nomination. Madam Secretary, will you please record all nominations?
Okay.
We have to have a chair team. Okay, we have a Ms. Tucker, a
I nominate
nomination.
Ms. Herbert.
Ms. Herbert as the nomination. Do we have any additional candidates or nominations for the position of Go Team Chair? Hearing none, I will close nominations for Go Team Chair. At this time, I would like to offer Ms. Jessica Tucker an opportunity to share with the Go Team why she would like to serve in this capacity or decline the nomination.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, well, I have been a teacher at FL Stanton for 12 years. I have been through several transitions in the school. I am very, I understand our culture and our students and changes that may need to happen or things that need to stay the same. So that's what I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Herbert, I'll offer you the floor.
I like one has a chance, a fair chance at being heard at FL Stanton.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate your time. At this time, I would like to open the floor for our vote. I think I need to do a motion. Do I hear a motion to close nominations and vote on our two candidates? It's been moved by Ms. Tiffany Coleman. Do I hear a second? Ms. Lumumba has second. It's been moved and properly second. At this time, we will close the nominations and receive a vote on these two candidates. Our first candidate for vote is Ms. Jessica Tucker. All in favor for Ms. Jessica Tucker, please state your name for the record. So we'll start here if you're voting for this candidate. You do. Tough choice. Okay, we have Ms. Lumumba. Okay. Tiffany Coleman for Ms. Tucker. Ms. Herbert. Are you certain? Okay. We we have Ms. Herbert has declined her nomination. So with that, I will finish out the roll call vote. Ms. Powell, may we hear your vote?
Ms. Tucker.
And Ms. Tucker?
I vote for myself.
All right, thank you. So it is unanimous. Congratulations, Ms. Tucker. You have been nominated as FL Stanton Go Team Chair. So your
Thank
term
you.
will start our very next meeting, and then it will run through June 30th of 2025. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we need to elect a vice chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the vice chair include, but are not limited to, ensuring that the Go Team follows parliamentary procedure, works with the principal and chair to develop the meeting agendas, and acting as the chair if the chair is not present. Now I will open the floor to receive vice chair nomination. It's been moved and properly seconded. Ms. Lumumba made the motion, Ms. Coleman second for Ms. Herbert as a nominee for vice chair. Do we have any additional nominees? Hearing none, I will close the nominees um, for vice chair. So it seems like Ms. Herbert, congratulations. We welcome you to work with Ms. Tucker to ensure that our Go Team operates smoothly. All right. Now we need to elect a Go Team secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the secretary include, but are not limited to, posting Go Team documents, meaning agendas, summaries, and minutes to the website. And we have Ms. Batiste to help with that. Taking minutes during the meetings and ensuring that the Go Team is in compliance with the Georgia Open Meeting Laws. I will now open the floor to receive secretary nomination. We have a motion for Ms. Stephanie Powell to be a nominee for secretary. It's also been seconded by Ms. Coleman. Ms. Powell, do you accept this nomination or decline? I know you served last year.
Okay, I'll accept.
I can't hear you, Ms. Powell.
I will accept.
Thank you, Ms. Powell. Do we have any additional nominations for the office of secretary? Hearing none, we will close the nominations at Ms. Powell. Ms. Powell, thank you so much and welcome back to the Go Team as our secretary.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. The last officer that we need to elect is the Go Team's cluster representative. Cluster representatives may also hold a position as officer. So they may be the chair, the vice chair, or secretary. As, as a reminder, the responsibilities of the cluster representative include, but are not limited to, attending all cluster advisory team meetings, and there are approximately 4 per year, and reporting back to the Go Team on those cluster meetings. I will now open the floor to receive cluster representative nominations.
Ms. Coleman.
I hear a question. Do we have a question on the floor?
No, I said Ms. Coleman.
All right, I hear a nomination for Ms. Coleman. Do I have a second? Okay, before we receive a second, we do have a question on the floor. They're usually virtual. Okay. All right, so it's been moved and properly second that Ms. Tiffany Coleman become a nominee for cluster representative. Do I hear another nomination for cluster representative? Hearing none, welcome, Ms. Coleman. You are now you are now our cluster representative, and I'm certain that you will serve in a fine capacity. With compassion. One of the last things that we have a couple more things to review, and then we'll close out our meeting. We have to review and approve the public comment protocol. All of our meetings will be open to the public, but only certain meetings will allow for public comment. This was an organizational meeting, so it does not allow for public comment. So we will now move on to the next item of business, which is reviewing and updating or confirming our public comment protocol. The public comment opportunities are available for Go Teams to hear from interested members in the community. From section 3.4 of the Go Team Handbook, those the protocol is as follows. Opportunities for the public comment shall be provided at least 4 of our 6 meetings during the school year and noted on the Go Team's website and meeting agenda. Go Team members will not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during public comment. Each Go Team will determine a consistent method for receiving public comments for parents and other citizens to sign up to address them. At least 20 minutes of time will be allotted for public comment at meetings where public comment is permitted, and the public will receive at least 2 business days notice of the public comment protocol. Do we have any questions or additions to this protocol? Hearing none, may I entertain a motion to approve our public meeting protocol as read? It's been moved and properly second. That was Ms. Herbert made the motion and Ms. Coleman made the second. All in favor for receiving the public comment protocol as it stands, say aye. We have 3 ayes here. May I hear from Ms. Powell and Ms. Herbert? And Tucker, I'm so sorry.
Aye.
Ms. Tucker?
Aye.
Motion carries. We will keep our meeting protocol, our public protocol as it stands in section 3.4 of the Go Team Handbook. The next item of business for us is to set our Go Team meeting calendar. Some of you asked about the meeting cadence. Remember, we have to have 6 throughout the year. They do not have to be every month, but 4 of those 6 need to have public comment. So adhering to the agenda, we will now discuss our meeting calendar for the year. As a reminder, we have to have at least 6 business meetings for the year. 4 must have public comment. Meetings cannot be held during the school day. So that means we have after 2:15. Meetings must be live streamed and recorded. Meeting locations for hybrid meetings must be in places which can accommodate the public. So as we are here in the media center, may I have suggestions or recommendations for meeting dates and times? So team, this is a time for us to have discussion. So if there are any days where you absolutely cannot meet or times, this will be the time for us to discuss that. Okay.
I recommend Thursdays.
Say it again, Tucker.
I recommend Thursdays.
Thursdays after 4 p.m.
That's fine.
Okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays do not work for Ms. Coleman. That seems like a happy medium. We have a proposal for Wednesdays after 4.
That's fine.
Okay, so let's talk about after 4. Would we like to start right at 4 and keep our meetings as short as possible, maybe to 5, or does later in the evening work for you?
Now, previously, they only lasted about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Unless y'all want to extend it past 30 minutes.
Okay. Miss Tucker, we're discussing
At
here
4.
at
At
4.
4.
Could we do a happy medium and try 4:30, 4:45? Would that work for you, Coleman? Or
That works for me.
is it a hard 5? You need 5. Gotcha. Difficult. Okay. Gotcha. And we want you to be able to be present. And so team, to accommodate everybody's after school schedule and kids and life, could we agree to Wednesdays at 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay, I think we have consensus here in the media center. I heard a yes from Tucker. Miss Powell, does that work for you?
Yes.
All right. Now let's talk about which Wednesday. Is any Wednesday of the month better than others? Okay. Miss
All the
Powell,
same for me.
they're all the same for you. Miss Powell, traditionally, which week of the month have we had Go Team meetings?
Usually around the first of the month of each month.
Okay.
Between the first and the last of the month.
Okay.
It just depended.
For holidays. Okay. Okay. So do we with the first week of the month, would that be pretty, that's easy to remember? Okay. First Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. Do hybrid meetings work, or do we want to do virtual meetings, or do we want to do in person? Virtual, virtual, virtual. Ms. Tucker, virtual.
I'm open to either, the majority.
Okay. Ms. Powell, virtual or in
I'm
person
good.
or hybrid? Say it again.
Virtual.
Virtual. It seems like the consensus is for a virtual meeting. Is that's good for everyone here?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to pull up a calendar, and then we're going to list each one of these meetings. Remember, we have to have 6 out of the 9-month school year. Diane, let me ask you a question. Does that 6 include this meeting, or is that outside of the 6?
It's in addition to this one, you need 6 business meetings. This is
Okay.
this is an organizational meeting.
Got it. Okay, so we need to pick 6 dates. So here is the APS calendar. So okay, scroll down a little bit to September so we can see those. Since we're at the end of the month now, would you like to start October? Okay, that gives us an opportunity.
Yes.
What is that date? Is October the 2nd?
The
Okay,
second.
then we have November, looks like the 6th, that's following election day, so that doesn't interfere. Okay. December. Yes. Does that, you have conflict? Oh, Miss Lumumba, but we'll be tired. we she she's gonna be politicking all night. But December the 4th, I think that's our third. Okay, January. I would I would recommend that we skip January. That's a wonky month. Okay, and we can go to February. It looks like February the 5th and March the 5th. Was that 6 or is that 5? Okay, so then we would need to go to April the 2nd.
So Principal Torres,
Yes, ma'am.
um, no, that works because
So what-
the team can decide if for the budget if they want to do it in 2 or 3 meetings by scheduling on February 5th. Just be aware that that would have to be both the allocation and the feedback meeting. So the team needs to be prepared for that to be a little bit longer meeting.
Okay,
Okay, thank
the
you.
February meeting, yes. Okay. No, that was 6. Yes. Now we will determine our Go Team meeting norms. We will begin by reviewing the initial norms. And Ms. Lumumba, would you please read our norms?
The initial Go Team meeting norms are as follows. This is a meeting of the Go Team. Only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. We will be fully present. We will follow the agenda as noticed in the public and stay on task. We will be respectful of each other at all times. We will be open minded. We will invite and welcome contributions of every member and listen to each other. We will respect all ideas and assume good intentions. We will approach differences of opinions with courtesy. Go teams are encouraged to add to or otherwise modify these norms to align with the Go team's identity as a group supporting our school.
Thank you, Ms. Lumumba. Does anyone have any changes to these norms? Hearing none, may I have a motion to adopt these norms for our Go Team? It's been moved and properly second. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Was that Miss Tucker or Miss Powell?
That was Miss Tucker.
Okay, Miss Powell. May have stepped away. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I'm sorry, I was
Hearing-
muted. Aye.
That's okay. The motion carries. Now we will move back to the discussion items on our agenda. Thank you, ma'am. We don't have a lot of discussion items since this is our organizational meeting. I do have a couple updates for you guys, just as a principal's update. We have just completed our leveling process, and the leveling process happens within the first 15 days of the school year. And it doesn't just happen in APS, it happens across the country. And that's where we look at our enrollment versus our allocations or our projections. And so we were projected this year for 165 scholars. Currently, to date, we have 157 scholars. So we were at the 15-day mark, we were just 10 under. We were thinking initially when I met with leadership team that we may lose $80,000 from our budget for a position. However, once we scrubbed the budget and looked at other funding sources, we actually are $18,000 in the green. So very good, very good. So we do not have to lose anyone. We are fully staffed with the exception of a part-time art. We have interviewed, we do have 2 candidates we are checking references for. And once we figure which is the best fit, we will push that through to HR to make that recommendation. After that, we'll be 100% staffed. So that will give us that'll give us 2 teachers at each grade level, a paraprofessional to work with each grade level. We'll have a math specialist. We have a STEM coach. We have a Readers Are Leaders coach and a reading coach and a math coach. So we have lots of support here in the building. With our specials classes currently, we have PE, music, dance, and Spanish. And so we hope to round that out. Oh, and STEM also counts as a special. So we hope to round that out hopefully by the end of the week with pushing our art candidate through. And that's really all that I have in the way of updates for you guys. When you go out into the community, I do want us to start back our active PTA. So just start talking to parents. So that's something that I believe will really support our school. If there are any announcements that I have not made, I do have one from the district. Do you have anything, Miss Powell or Miss Tucker, in the way of announcements?
No,
Okay. We do have
No.
one. There is a survey that has been posted, and we can actually post this for you guys for your ease on our website. Dr. Johnson wants to get feedback on his 100-day plan. He has also set up community meetings where he wants to hear from you. So we can post that information on our website so that you can respond and make sure your voice is heard regarding the district and specifically FL Stanton. There's also, if you'll take note of this, the 2024 Go Team G3 Summit will be later in September. So just stay tuned for more information. And we will also have for our new Go Team members, Go Team member training and orientation. So all those dates, we'll be sure that we post all of that to the website. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time? Yes, ma'am.
Are we still partnering with Camp Jenny? I know
So I've been asked that question, and to be transparent, I don't know the answer to that. I have not been able to contact Ms. Lamore. So we are actively trying to reach her because we would love to continue that partnership. So if anyone has outside contact information and could share it with me, that would be great. I have her email address, Judy Lamore. And so okay, that would be great. That would be great. I would love to continue that partnership. At our next meeting, we have had several folks to inquire about partnering with us. And so I'll share the full list of folks who have accepted and what they're proposing in the way of partnerships. I can do that for our next meeting. Okay. May I have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
I first the motion.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Powell. It's been moved and properly second that we adjourn the meeting. All in favor, please say aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion carries. Thank you so much, team. And This concludes our meeting is adjourned at 5:31
5:30.
p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Principal Torres, I have just
Yes,
one quick
ma'am.
question.
Yes.
What meetings are you going to have public comment on? Was it all of them?
No.
Did
Do I
you-
have to tell you that today?
Your team
Is
is
that-
going to have to vote. Your team's going to have to vote on it. And I apologize that I missed it. There are a lot of meetings going on today.
Okay.
So we can just put it on as an action item for your next meeting.
Absolutely. We'll do that.
Okay, so your next meeting cannot have well, yeah, because your team didn't vote on it. Your next meeting can't have public comment. So 4 out of the last 5 are going to need to have public comment. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
right.
Thank you.
And that works. Thank you so much, Diane. I appreciate your support.
You're welcome. I got to run. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye, team.